I guess it might make sense to put yourself on the screen. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Might be a good move to say, I'm on here. I'm in here. I'm on the screen. Add yourself to the studio. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. We are in the market again. We got about 4 minutes before the market opens. Stocks making, let me share over here so we can start to look immediately at what screen we're sharing so we can see what's going on. Good morning. It's Friday. We're going to wrap up this trading week. Hopefully we'll wrap up this trading week profitably. Hopefully you'll close it up profitably. Now listen, I want to say very early in this process, Friday is always bananas. Okay, Friday is always bananas. And so you need to know we've had a lot of down this week. A lot of red has showed up this week. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to continue on in that same vein going forward. Okay, you need to keep that in mind. Might not be doing the same thing today, right? Don't assume because we've been red for all these days that we're going to be red again, because it just may not be, right? We just might not be red again today. You want to trade what you see. I always say that. Trade what you see, okay? Let me go back to the screen so I can have some control. Oh, I'm not even sharing the screen. Where are we doing? Why are we not sharing the screen? Oh, there we are. We are sharing the screen. Okay. I didn't want to be on the stocks making these moves, but we can't talk about this now that we're here. Stocks making the biggest moves this morning: Netflix, Paramount, Sonova Energy, and more. Looks like Ulta, Netflix slid after their earnings. I guess they didn't provide good guidance. So I'm not sure if y'all can see this. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Netflix is their Shopify. It jumped about 3%. Looks like Netflix slid down about 6%. Ulta slipped more than 1% following a downgrade. First Solar gained 1.5%. Sonova Energy slipped nearly 4%. SLB, they like the word they use, dipped, slipped. Did they fall? Did anybody fall? They just slipped and dipped. Procter & Gamble reported for its earnings slightly missed. All right, American Express slid. So we slipped, we slid, we dipped, we got all the things here. These are the ones that are, I didn't see even know too many people did much jumping. All right, I was looking for the VIX. Here we go. Our VIX is currently at 18.6. The VIX is at 18.64. With VIX is up generally means the market is down. Keep that in mind. I see some hellos I can say this morning. I see Facebook user. Somebody says, if you're on Facebook, you got to come over and tell me. You got to come over you got to give me permission to see your name, basically. Good morning, Janae. Good morning. It's my time. Yes. Asleen, good morning. Tanya, good morning. TGIF. Netflix did. They just will change how they report next year. That's true. Yeah, because Netflix is still going to be here. Ain't nobody going nowhere. And Lisa, good morning. People going to be right there watching the flicks on the net. Definitely going to be right there watching the flicks on the net. One of Wall Street's favorite calls, start 2024, has flopped. Okay, Netflix sinks. Tesla recalls about 3,900 Cybertrucks to repair the pedals. Tesla can't catch a break. All right, the Fed is resetting the clock on rate cuts. P&G raises annual profit forecast on price hikes. Oil erases advance after Iran downplays the Israel strike. Yeah, throughout the night last night or yesterday evening, there was definitely something that happened in the Middle East and the Israel, whatever that whole dust up is happening over there, pardon the pun. But that whole thing is something happened there, and it caused the market to do a huge drop after market hours, right? Stocks start to dig out of Israel strike fueled sell-off. I think the oil popped basically. A lot of other stuff did not pop. All right. The market just opened. S&P futures recover from overnight loss and are little change following Israel strikes on Iran. Let me go real quick over to SPX, see what we can see here. Why are you acting like you're not on the right network? Yep, that's because you're not on the right network. Hold, please. Make sure we're on the right internet place. That's why it's acting like it don't want to do right. It's been too long since you've been gone. Okay, so SPX. This morning, we basically opened down. We had a gap down and a little bit of red candle going. Our opening is at 5,001. Nope, 5,005 was the open. That's what just happened just here. I wanted to just come here real quick so we could see what's going on with SPX as we continue our call. Remember, as sellers, we don't have to rush in per se. We do want to make sure that we keep a good eye on what's happening. Looks like we're going from red to green already. Israel bombed Iran, strikes back. Strikes back. Oh, yeah, a lot of these are popping. We're popping. Okay. That's our open for now. Let's go back. All of our pre-markets here are red. S&P futures recover, it says, but they're all red up here at the top. That's because they, I guess, opening red. They may be turning green now. Procter & Gamble sales disappoint as price hikes slow down. Trump media alerts NASDAQ to potential market manipulation from naked short selling DJT stock. Ooh, who would be shocked that somebody is manipulating the DJT stock? Nobody. Nobody's going to be fooled about that because we know how they do. We know how they do over there. Okay, our calendar for today. What do we have for today? Just IMF meetings, right? We had a lot of stuff the rest of the week. Just today is just the IMF meetings, which may lead us to, we'll see what happens on the day. Basically, what we do is we watch to see what happens and we trade accordingly. This is all on the investing.com screen. Goolsby speaking at 10:30. He or she is from the Fed. I don't know if Goolsby is a guy or a female. At 1 o'clock, we've got oil rig stuff. And then after that, you got your speculative positions are going on there. SPX yesterday was down 11 points. Down 11 points yesterday. Right, closed at 5011. Looks like we're currently almost at the same place we closed yesterday, 5010. Right. Let's go see what Adam had to say this morning. We had some earnings. Today. Taiwan Semiconductor was yesterday morning. It didn't do all that great. Netflix was aftermarket yesterday. We talked about how that went. PPG, Alpine. I didn't look at Alpine. Well, maybe we'll look at that because we talked. Oh, Alpine was the one I told y'all was basically stalled. Did y'all hear that Robinhood stalled overnight? Basically, with all that stuff that was dropping, they basically closed off selling. Robinhood was like, halt. This morning, we had American Express, P&G, Huntington Bank, Regions Bank. Some of those banks are reporting this morning. Adam Mancini says, full round trip night for SPX, 5,044 to 49.99 was key support all day. 99 failed, finally triggered short, which came 3 points shy of the 49.19 major support, and we are now back. Plan today, dips, basing zone, as long as 49.87 and 49.73 are lowest holds, can reclaim and bottom back to 5,014, 5,042. Notice he trades ES, we trade SPX, so I do take it and make the change in there because there's a 40-point gap between those two. I adjust the numbers so that way we can see what's going on SPX. Okay, XSP, you can go up as high as 504 calls area, 497 puts area. 497 puts area. Let's look at our big old chart here. Now, since we've had so much red this week, and I see Janae commenting about it in the chat, in the comments, we've had so much red this week. We need to check and see. We had all put credit spreads on our list this week. We'll need to check and see if did anybody make it? Did anybody coming out alive? Are we coming out alive here? Let's see. BAC was this week. Tyson, CVS, Kroger. I think Coca-Cola. I feel like Mr. Merriam mentioned last night something with Coca-Cola. Let's see what we got there. Coca-Cola. I'll change over my screen in a minute. Looks like Coca-Cola is currently at 59 and some change. Oh yeah, Coca-Cola still is yet holding on. 57, 57.5, but the current price of Coke is 59. So that one, Mr. Or Mr. Marion or whoever is in Send Oxygen, whoever is in Coca-Cola, you may be in a position where you can go ahead and close it. You may be able to close it. All right, that was Coca-Cola. Tanya says Send Oxygen. Which ones did you have, Tanya? Tanya said I didn't check. Okay, so let's see what else is over here. Anything else? Let's see what PayPal is doing. PayPal. Come on. I'm going to swing back to SPX here in a second. PayPal is at 62. PayPal is at 62, but our strike for the put credit spread is 63. So it's trying to get up here. Y'all see this big old green candle here? It's trying to push up, but the sellers are saying, I don't know. Okay, Disney, Google, and Uber. Let's see what we got for Disney. Disney is currently at 111. Disney's currently at 111. The strike on Disney. Do I see it on here? I don't think it's even on. Oh yeah, 112. Disney's at 112 and it's at 111.92. That one may push on up. Just keep your eye on it. Let's see. Google Google is, I don't see Google on our list. And then Uber. Uber was 73. What strike did you have on Google? Uber is 73. Yeah, that one may or may not be working out. I would be shocked if it recovers 3 points. It could. I don't know what the ATR on Google is. I'm not Google, Uber. You might want to look at the ATR on Uber to see if it has the juice to move up for a day. You might want to check. We might want to check to see why is Uber pulling back like this? Like what happened on Uber? Next week, I'll be sure that we incorporate put credit spreads and call credit spreads again, because we want to be able to have the choice. We want to be able to have the choice. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, let's go to SPX. Let's go back there and see what's going on SPX. I'm going to take us back to a shorter time frame. We've been open, about 5 minutes? I can go to a 5-minute chart. Been open about 9 minutes, but careful here. You need to trade what you see, man. Okay, Uber. I keep wanting to call all the things. SPX is currently at 5,006. Currently at 5,006. Let me see what my moving averages up here says. Looks like it may have a little more red in it. Ooh. Look up here. Where this red crosses. This is called a death cross. You know that it's maybe going down, and the green one is the golden cross. But this one so far on the 5-minute chart is showing that it may be going down a little bit more. Maybe going down a little bit more. Well, again, but then you change to a different time frame in its screen. You got to watch the time frames, of course. This is a 15-minute chart. All right. This was definitely a call credit spread week. Yeah, I could see that call credit spreads with this week because a lot happened this week. Seems like the earnings people missing. We always have to keep in mind we're in earnings season. There's a whole lot of stuff we have to keep in. We have to manage when you're in earnings season. Janae, I thought Monday I should have followed my first mind. Yeah, I mean, listen, that we've been taught to be master traders. Yes, I always say after we get a market open on Monday to take a look and see if what you have on these numbers is still sufficient. And if not, we do something different, right? Let's go look at Google 155, 152.5. 155, 152.5. Okay, so Google is at this point still holding steady. It needs to be just watched because if this red continues, it'll get into the zone. Sounds like you're going to have a good Friday, Tanya. Sounds like you're going to have a good Friday. I really try. A lot of times try to really be out of my trades by the time we get to Friday. It don't always work, but Sister Show be trying because Fridays I know are just going to be foolishness. I know Fridays are going to be foolishness. That's why I'll be trying to be gone. Can we get gone? Yes. Okay. What we want to look at today, we kind of looked at a few already. Dow opens higher as traders shake off overnight Israel strike on Iran. What we got ourselves to look at. Not there. I'm going to go here. Let's go look at Netflix. See if we can see some opportunities. See if we can see some opportunities for the day. Okay, this is what Netflix did overnight. Falling off. Let me take us to a higher time frame to see if we can see some continuity that maybe will kick in. I need another, but this is going to slow my whole system down. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I actually want this. Okay. If we look at the daily on Netflix, we've got a big old gap that was created by their earnings, right? So we have to look at what do we do in the midst of this situation? Do I have? No, why are you not on? I want it on here then. Bring it back. Take me back. Take me back, dear Lord. Okay, so what we're looking at Netflix. This is Netflix. Definitely came down into some support. Popped up. There's some buyers here. Let's see if we can look at on our screen what would be probability out of the money. Probability out of the money. We're on the 19th. We're going to look at how do we enter trades on Friday for Monday. Now, this is, we have to keep that in mind now, though, now that there's stuff happening over in the Middle East and the other areas. You look overnight and something goes awry. Okay, we're looking at Netflix. If we're looking just for today, our probability out of the money would be, I guess we're looking on the call side, call credit spread side. Probability out of the money might be at, 575. Netflix is a 5 spread, would be at 575 but they got a plus minus 13. That actually puts us at the right place. So if you wanted to look at a call credit spread for today, 575 is paying about $60. Actually, it's paying $72, 76 bucks. All right, so $75 for a 5 spread. That's about 15% return on your money. If you look out for the next week, though, maybe you say, I like Netflix, but I'd rather go out another week. You got plus or minus 26, believing that the gap is definitely going to provide some resistance for you. You could do a call credit spread that way, plus or minus 26. And then you could also look at probability of the money at 70 is at 575. If you want a little more, is at 580. That's 580. If you want a little more cushion, you can go to 585 on a call credit spread, vertical 585. This is right behind my camera. Shows that it's paying $102 for a 5 spread. That's a 20% return on the money for next week on Netflix. 585, does that put you beyond the gap? That's the question. Does 585 put you beyond the Netflix gap? Let's go back to the daily chart so we can see. The gap is up here at 610. So 585 doesn't put you above the gap, but it may put you beyond the halfway mark because there's zones inside of gaps. There's also zones. Right? So if we looked here at the gap, and we put on some levels, halfway up the gap, 50% is at 589. It's about halfway. See, these levels will provide resistance inside of the gap too. Right? Now, we don't know what today holds. This may push up some, and all this today movement may take us up a little bit higher. But that's what you could look at if you wanted to trade Netflix. If you wanted to trade Netflix. P&G, Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble has a gap between its days as well. Gap down from yesterday to today also. Right. We were looking Procter & Gamble. We would look probably up here above this, above the gap and above the, no, I don't want a trend line. I want a horizontal line. Up here in the 157 area, maybe a little above that. There may be a little more downside. There's an equilibrium place down in this gray, so that may have a little more down going. We've got a downtrend actually happening with P&G. It could very well continue down some more. So if we looked at P&G for, you could look at it for, well, today, hello, there we go. You can look at P&G for today or for next week. I'm going to go at single call credit spread, 61%. That's a little, I wouldn't go with the 157.5. There's no money there. It's a 2.5 spread. Let me change it. 157.5. I don't think there's going to be money there. Nope. There's a penny at 157.5. If you want to be there, plus or minus 1.7. 1.7 puts us at like 155 or 156. But 155 is a little closer than, you know, I'd want to be. This is a 63% probability out of the money. I try to go with 70. Of course, people are more aggressive traders than others. So you can go with that. But in the zone, we're really tight here in this zone. So maybe what you do if you're interested in P&G is you go out another week. Go out to next week. And plus or minus 3 puts us at 157.5, about at the same place. 157.5, 82% probability out of the money. 157.5 is paying $26. That's about a 10% return. Of course, you got to take away your fees, a couple dollars. So that puts you just below a 10% return in a week. Just below that in 1 week. Let's see what we got for comments. Do we have Pan W looks steady? Please look at Tesla. Okay, we're going to look at Tesla and we're going to look at Pan W. Come on. Tesla had some news and it's getting more news. They got a recall. They got people getting the wrong money for their severance packages. Of course, wrong being incorrect on the low side, not incorrect on the upside. This is Tesla on the daily chart. This is where we are right now. See if I make it a little bit bigger for us. This is Tesla right now. It's kind of G-ish and kind of flat. It can come on down some more for me, though. Some people are buying, buying their positions, building out their positions here. You want to people who are long-term Tesla folks who want to maybe take it, have it as a long-time hold. They're maybe purchasing at this place. Oh, right. Getting way down. This is where Tesla is right now. We're currently at 148.85 on the strat chart. It shows you ought to be able to see what I see. StreamYard, here we are. I want to present. I need to change screens. Stop screen, present, share screen. It doesn't let you change screens mid motion. There we go. This little thing here in the middle is right here is called time frame continuity. I don't know why this is purple. It's usually not. But it shows time frame continuity, which basically says on these time frames, is it up or down, right? So you look for that. It was red, it just flipped to green. But this is Tesla, and you look to see what is the time frame continuity across the board. If all the time frames say it's red, then it very well may be red. If it says it's red, it's probably red. But you see this big old jump in Tesla, the wick went all the way up to 150, down to as low as 148, but we're down in the 148 zone and we're showing some red at this point. That's what Tesla's got going. Who else were we looking at? Let's look at semiconductors. What they're doing this thing in this time of the morning. Semiconductors trying to recover, trying to recover from yesterday. Okay, so that was our look at Tesla. You also said let's look at paying some opportunity for getting into some trades that are going to go out a few more weeks because Panduo, or Palo Alto. Nope, I was thinking Panduo, different by different. Palo Alto is the one that the senator lady is spending money on. I almost said Kathy Wood, but that's not who I'm thinking of. Palo Alto. Let's go look at it on. I want to go look at it where I can look up some numbers for us. Palo Alto Networks may be the move. Hey, Tamar. PANW. Okay, hello. This is what Palo Alto is looking like. Put us on the daily chart so y'all can see what's happening over there. does have a little resistance it's coming into. This is the daily chart. I don't think I've charted Palo Alto Network. If we're looking for resistance, it's at 283. Current price is 283. So it's at 283.94. Current price is 283.36. So you got to keep that in mind as you are deciding to trade it. Might go with a put credit spread. There is a gap down here that we're going to want to, it's not big, but it's there nonetheless. There's a gap there. And then today it gapped up. So we I don't know if sometimes it's difficult to put this gap on the day of, but just know that there's a gap underneath where we currently are. Price action dropped down through that gap and filled it. Okay. So looking at Palo Alto, maybe put credit spreads. I'm looking at 275 area. Let's see what we got. PANW. If you were looking at today, if you wanted to see if there was some money to get today, remember, if you're going to open and close it today, you got to work with you're going to use a day trade unless you got over 25K. Watch your day trades. If you're looking at put credit spread, though, 80% is at 280. It's a 2.5 spread. 80% probability out of the money. It's a plus minus 3.7. That takes away 3. Yep, that's about the right spot. So if you wanted 277.5 and 280, that's paying a whopping $21. That's paying $21 right at 10% for today's price action. As long as it closes above 280, as long as Palo Alto closes above 280, that trade will be good. If you have a little bit more conviction for another week for Palo Alto, you can look out for next Friday. Next Friday, you got a 67% at 277 and a 70% probability out of the money at 275. Plus or minus 11. Take away 11 puts us at like 270, 273. So I probably would go with the 275 or 277. It all depends on how froggy you feeling. Y'all know if y'all feeling froggy, then we just jump, baby. 275, 277.5 is paying $61. That looked like a trade I might like right there. Palo Alto Networks competes with Cisco. So you're saying that Cisco is having earnings or something? You're putting that with us you're telling us that to tell us what else? Please clarify your reasoning behind the statement. 277.5. I'm going to switch back real quick to 73 will put us at 275. That will probably feel a little safer. Over 70% probability out of money. 275. Come on, change this to vertical. 272.5. 275 is paying $56. That's going to be safer. It's going to be a better place. A little better place. I don't want to convince anybody to do anything that's going to get them clapped, as they say. Now, speaking of claps, y'all see that my title for the day was "Is Today Clapback Day?" Just today clapback day, because we do know that the market knows how to come on back and get it. The market said, "Oh, y'all thought we were still going down." We're not going down anymore. We're ready to go on up. We're ready to go on up a little bit. So you still with us? Let's see what Tesla's doing at this one. I got to switch back to SPX too, so I can see what's happening over there. See what's happening at SPX. Looks like Tesla has turned red. I need to see what these semiconductors are doing. Semiconductors still got a little bit of green going on. Well, take that back. It's switching between green and red. Oh no, it depends on where I put my mouse. Don't be trying to fool me. Be trying to fool us. Just be aware, competitors move together, and the big dog in this space is Cisco. Okay, I just was saying, did something happen with Cisco that would impact what's happening with Palo Alto? Looks like SPX has got a little bit of green going so far. Decent here, Merton. Let's turn us over to the 15-minute chart. It's about 10 o'clock. The 10 o'clock turnaround, which is a real thing, is here. So we're here. This was our morning candle. When I'm on this one, it doesn't want to keep the time right. This is the morning candle. We went up and bumped, and then it started going green again. So it may be pulling on out of the space. Let's see what SPY's got going. Look at these wicks, darling. Darling. These are some wicks here. Currently, SPY is at $499.97. If it bumps back across 500, at 500 for $499 was the trigger point yesterday. If it can go on over and hold, it might be on its way back up. Might be on its way. Okay, let me stop sharing. Nope. Keep having to remember where I'm trying to go. It's like SPX has kind of got a mixture going on. For today, though, this is SPX for the 30-minute, hour, 4 hour, and the day. To come on up a little higher, right? Let me go look real quick. It's a little early for us to go and see some call credit spreads. I done got used to working with one channel, with one screen, that I'm act like I'm having trouble with the other one. What did I want to do here? I want this on the screen. Yes, I do. Hey, Ward, how you doing? For the SPX folks, if you believe you're going to have some more upwards mobility on SPX, I would definitely wait till 10:15 or so, 10:30 to confirm the direction that you're feeling. 10:15 or 10:30, confirm that direction first. And then maybe, again, I don't want to push anybody to go in a direction they aren't comfortable going or that you don't see. You want to confirm that. Remember, when we're sellers, we've got to keep in mind that we needed to expire at the right place. Expire in the right place. So if it's going up and up and it decides it gets partway through the day and turns back, you've got to be mindful of that, right? So if you're doing SPX for the day, it may be a little early to look, but let's take a quick peek at what could possibly be some good stuff. Come on, my whole system is going so slow. So I'm clicking and it's just taking its pretty little time. I put this computer through the paces. It's about time for me to upgrade. I didn't buy it with YouTubing and live streaming in mind. I didn't buy the computer with those things in mind. Okay, this is our 4-hour chart. I was trying to see if there was some more support underneath here. Definitely see this has been a downtrend for SPX on the 4-hour chart. So even though there may be a pop, you might still consider call credit spreads. I'm trying to see if I can get some more data on the screen. This downtrend may tell you, stick with the upside, boo. Stick with the upside. What did we have on Adam's numbers? I think he told us 5,040 or something like that. Okay, I'm looking at this. If you went up to this high wick candle at 5,056, that may not provide much munties, but let's see. If we'd rather be safe with a few dollars than burned with a lot. right? So I'm looking at probability out of the money on the upside is 5,035. I think we did 504 was what was mentioned on Adam's numbers. 5,040 might even go up to 5,045 or 50-50. You have to watch with SPX. It can get a little wild. And if it gets moving in one direction, it can definitely keep it going. 5,040, 45. 5,045 is paying, looks like 90 cents, $90, actually paying $95. If you're up at 5,045, or if you're up at 50-50, looks like 50-50 is paying $70. That is still over a 10%. That's actually a 15% return, because 5 spread, $500 of collateral, you pull in $75 or $80. That's a 15% return. Again, I'm not encouraging anybody to get any particular stock or any particular strike. All I'm saying is this is what I see. I'm not a financial advisor. Everybody's responsible. You are the CEO of your own portfolio. You are the CEO of your own portfolio. Who's got questions? Who's got stuff we want to look at? Anything? Can I see the comments? Sorry, I'm late. I'm good. We're all usually a bit slower on Friday. Yeah. Friday, just know that a lot of interesting things happen on Fridays. Right? Fridays is where it goes bananas. We've been talking about several of the seller things that we talk about, credit spreads. Yesterday we did cash secure puts. Oh, what a good night's call. We practiced and tried out some cash secure puts yesterday evening. All that stuff is a part of the seller's bundle. Cash secure puts, covered calls, credit spreads, all a part of that. I am a biker chick. I don't really have a Harley, but I would like to have a Harley. The Harley crew is a serious bunch of people. But anyway, we got these different strategies that we're working on. Inside of the membership, of course, if you're a member of the E2T community, you do get to partake of all the different classes that I have, all the different things, all the teachings, all the coachings, everything. When you're a part of the membership, you get to be a part of all of this. Okay, you get to be a part of all this. So maybe look at the membership, 9:30 in the morning, 9 or 9:30, depending on the day, the morning calls. We are here on YouTube. Monthly coaching calls, we do that on the first Saturday of every month. And then we have weekly training calls, which happens on Thursday, which happened last night. And we also have a Telegram and things where I'm there and we're talking and we're going through information and helping one another out. That's all important, because trading can be lonely. Trading can be lonely. All right. If charting is a thing, y'all saw me doing some charting. If charting is a thing you need more work on and more help on, then definitely go to this free webinar at startwiththechart.com, startwiththechart.com, and you can watch this free webinar, Start With The Chart.com. I'm going to spread it out because Facebook doesn't like that link for some reason. I don't know why. It is completely safe. I paid for it, so I know it's a safe link, but there we are with that. Okay, start with the chart. That way you can start on your charting journey, because everything we do with investing, whether that's investing in stocks, investing in shares, investing in options, all of the stuff we do comes down to charting. It all starts with the chart. Speaking of which, look at this chart. SPX has decided, or SPY has decided, it's ready to turn around. What did we talk about that 10 o'clock turnaround? It said, well, maybe not so fast. Maybe it's just pulling back to the 20. I don't know. And then it may go on up some more. Don't really know. But That's why I said make sure that you're watching to see what's going on. This is SPX. SPX it hasn't completely done its thing yet, but we're looking to see that it could potentially go another way. All right, that little pop in the morning. Sometimes those little pops in the market, early morning volatility, is just to get the people to shake you out. Shake people out who are in trades going one way. They shake them out going the other direction so that we can go on the way they want it to go with less people on the ride. That's how that goes. All right. Remember, I was talking about the upside might be a good way to go for SPX. You might want to give it some consideration, give it a little more time, make sure you're in good shape. If we're looking for the breakout, though, this candle, if you're looking for the SPX breakout, this is the first 15-minute candle, this green one. I want to make that a little bit bigger. Yep. And then the bottom of that candle is down here, 5,001. That's your breakout. At this point, it's in the middle. So you want to see it break out of this going in one direction or the other in order for you to enter and ride out for the day. Okay, if you want to enter and ride out. All right, our daily declaration for traders. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account's growing more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Our prayer, Lord, is you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. Enough. We need to be a blessing. We want to be a blessing to the world around us, right? As we increase, the world around us should increase. We don't get it to hoard it. If you cannot be a river, if the currency can't flow through you, then there's no reason for it to flow to you. If you don't have a plan at all for how you're going to bless the world around you, your world, not just your four and no more, but the bigger world collective, then why should resources come to you? If your mentality is just self-focused, you may not be used to the degree you want to be used, right? Everybody has a desire. They want to be used. They want to be utilized to do good in the world. Many people, I won't say everybody. Some people don't care to do good in the world. But if you're one who does, part of that includes having a plan for how you're going to do good to the world around you. And if you've got a plan and a desire in your heart to do things like that, then the resources will come. Now, if all you want to do is get what you want so you can buy stuff and accumulate things for you, then maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. All right. This weekend, we don't really have anything scheduled for this weekend as far as trainings and stuff go for the E2T community, but we do have Sunday live at 5 on YouTube where we'll talk about the upcoming week. We'll talk about the upcoming week. All right. So if you're around, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click the notification bell. Give us a thumbs up saying that you like us being here. So that way, when we come on, YouTube will show us to more people. That's what we want. I am strongly considering just going straight to YouTube and not going to Facebook. I'm strongly considering that, just going to streamline the process some. I have more issues out of Facebook with the links and stuff, and it's just getting to be frustrating. So I'm pondering that it's maybe time for us to leave the Facebook Live community. So if you're on Facebook Live, you definitely might want to consider coming on over to just subscribing on YouTube. That way you can always see us. All right. Okay, everyone. I want us to do two things today. I want us to stay green and get this money. Have a great green day. All right. Goodbye, everyone.